In this tutorial we'll create a new coded activity and add it to an existing workflow. We'll also demonstrate how to create and configure a new status variable. The new activity will record the actual process program ID for the equipment against each lot in the run. This information will be recorded in the database and could then be used for reporting or perhaps queried by the resource management system. This tutorial is the 6th video in the Equipment Manager series. The simulated equipment doesn't provide this data in an event, therefore we'll need to make a specific query to retrieve the ID. We'll use a new status variable to return the information. The new variable will have an ID of 5 and a name of P ID selected. Let's switch to the equipment simulator and configure support for the status variable 5 request. The simulator currently supports two stream1 function for messages. Let's make a copy of the message, control state and port state OK. We'll use it as the template for our new message. Select Edit. Update the message body. Let's give it a meaningful description. We now need to create a rule to ensure this stream1 function for message is returned when the simulator receives the appropriate stream1 function 3. Click on the Rule Set tab. Let's copy and edit the data polling rule. Update the XPath to ensure the rule is triggered when it contains a request for our new status variable ID 5. Update the response message. We've now successfully updated the equipment simulator. Let's save the changes. Start the simulator running. Let's now update the VFI equipment server. Switch to Solution Builder. Load the Template 1 solution if it isn't already loaded. In the designer, select the Core VFI component. This component has its own custom configuration assistant. Let's update the status variables. Click on the Add button. Set the sex variable ID to 5. Update the VFI name to P ID selected. Click on the OK button and save the solution. Start the solution. Let's test our newly supported status variable is functioning correctly. Ensure the Core VFI component is selected and start the generic client. The generic client connects remotely into any CoreTegral solution, allowing individual component interfaces to be tested. In this example, we'll communicate over the iCore VFI interface. For simplicity, we'll just use the sendString method to send a status query message. Edit the VFI command. Click on the OK button. Send the message. Check the log file for a response. If both the sex tester and VFI equipment server are configured correctly, you will see the correct status list reply. Check the sex tester log. The S1F3, S1F4 conversation is displayed. We've now completed the static configuration. Let's move on to updating the workflow logic. Close the generic client. Stop and close Solution Builder. Let's open our Template 1 solution in Visual Studio. It can be found in the folder C, Examples, Solution 1. We'll add a new CoreTegral run activity to our solution. Let's give it the name Activity Record, P ID. We'll modify the code in the try-catch block. Here we create our new VF status query message. Next, we send the message and wait for a reply. When we get a reply, we look for the value of a PID selected variable. Finally, we update the resource name for each lot in the run. Let's save our new activity and rebuild the solution. Open the workflow, the basic run flow open cassette. You should now see the new activity in the toolbox. Navigate to the pre-process flow. Double-click on Run Flow. Parallel. For each run state. Run state flow. Pre-process flow. Drag the new activity onto the design surface. Copy the existing decision node. Copy the activity close run. Delete the link between the start and the send VF activity. Link the start to the new activity. Link this to the newly copied decision. Link the false leg of the decision to the close run activity. Link the true leg of the decision to the send VF activity. Let's now configure our new activity. It requires the run object and activity success parameters. The decision activity is OK. It's just using the activity success variable to determine the correct logic flow. Finally, let's edit the close run activity. Update the error text. We can now rebuild the solution. Now we can test our new workflow activity. Ensure the sex tester is running. Start Solution Builder and open the Template1 solution. Start it running and launch the automation test client. Create a new run. Switch to the equipment simulator and issue the cassette placed event. Check the log for the Stream1 function 3, request for the process program ID. Switch back to the automation test client and select the lot in the active run. The resource name is now updated with the process program ID returned from the equipment simulator. In this tutorial we demonstrated how to add a new coded activity to the workflow and use it in our solution. We also created and configured a new status variable. For more details on the Equipment Manager template, please review the CoreTegral user guide which can be found in the installation folder. Thanks for watching this training video. If you have any questions or suggestions on how we can improve our training material, please contact us. Goodbye.